shoot, this is not gonna go well, is it? I forgot this was on. I'll turn that off for a minute. Hey there everyone, it's Moose and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're going to do kind of a different video from what I've been doing here lately. Gosh, everything's just making noise today. When I first started this channel, I did a lot of TBRs and wrap-ups and that kind of thing, and it hasn't really been a thing here lately. After starting this channel, I really discovered that I am more of a mood reader, so making TBRs does not really work for me very well. I just find that I never stick to them. However, in case you haven't been watching my videos, Ethan is gone for the next couple of months. Ethan is my husband, and last time he left for a couple months, he chose some books for me to read while he was gone from my TBR shelf, and this time he did the same thing. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my tentative TBR for the next couple of months. I do plan on reading these books before he gets back. I just don't know exactly what order they'll be read or what month they'll be read, just here within the next couple of months. First book I brought with me is Kings of the Wild. I chose this book. Ethan did not choose this book. It's just a book that I've been wanting to get to for a while. It's an adult fantasy novel that I've heard a few people say is really, really good. I don't really see this that often here on BookTube. A personal friend of mine recommended it to me. I recently just watched another girl's video who said it was her favorite book of all time. So, you know, it's got some good reviews. Not very many reviews, but from what I have heard of it, it's good. I am, you know, not very far into it. About 50 pages? 60 pages into it. So far though, I'm liking it. So since this is not widely talked about on BookTube, I'll just give you a brief synopsis, what I know about it. I don't really know that much about it. There is a band of mercenaries, I guess you would describe them as, who used to be, you know, together as a band way back when, years and years ago, and they have disbanded and kind of gone on with their own lives, but something happens to where one of the guys wants to get the band back together to kind of go on this mission. Let me read the back. Let me see if this is a spoiler. Okay, yeah, it doesn't say what it is. But one of the bandmates shows up at the main character's house, who is Clay Cooper, and kind of asks him, you know, will you help me? Let's get the band back together. I need your help. So that's pretty much the premise of it. Like I say, I'm only 60 pages into it so far, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm not used to reading adult fantasy, but I want to be. I really want to make an effort to read more because I'm finding myself getting bored with YA. Nothing against everybody who reads YA, that is mostly what I read. I just personally am getting bored, so I want to get more into adult fantasy. And so far this is a good, you know, couple first picks. I've read some adult fantasy, but this is a good one to start out with too. The writing is very smooth. It's not hard to follow. Nicholas Eames just kind of weaves together words so you don't really get lost in the story, but there's still plenty of detail within the story as well. That, and there's a lot of humor in this book, which I find really entertaining. Clay Cooper is, sarcastic's not the word, but I don't know, just his side monologue, you know, within his head and stuff like that is very funny. He just makes little comments that have had me LOL, you know, I haven't ha ha ha, but like I've snorted through my nose, you know, the way you do when you look at memes and stuff like that. So I am enjoying it. Next up I have The Map of Bones by Francesca Haig. I think it's how you would pronounce it. This is another book that I chose for myself, and I chose it because Ethan and I just finished reading The Hunger Games together, and it says a potential heir to the Hunger Games. I bought this book at not Barnes & Noble, at Second and Charles, just because of that little tagline right there. Call me a sucker. I don't know, but I did want to read it. Just from the back, it sounds kind of like a love story. There's not a long synopsis or anything like that. I'll read it for you real quick just because it's really not long. He says, when his heart stopped, so would mine. He had betrayed me at every opportunity, but our shared death was the one promise that he couldn't break. So, I don't know. Again, I bought it just for the Hunger Games thing. But this says book 1 of the Fire Sermon trilogy. So apparently it's a trilogy. I only have the first book. We'll see if I like it and buy the next couple. Next up I have Seventh Son by Joseph Delaney. I bought this book years ago. I think I was in high school, maybe early college. I don't remember. Either way, not anytime recently. Funny story, I was actually looking for this book because I saw the previews on TV for the movie, which this is the movie cover, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, a major motion picture. I don't like it when books put that on the cover. I don't care. So I went into the bookstore looking for this book, and I didn't know who the author was. So I saw like The Seventh Son by Orson Scott Card, who is another fantasy writer. He's an adult fantasy writer though. So I bought that book. I was in high school because I remember reading this book and talking to one of my teachers about it. Anyways, so I bought that book and read it. It was really good. Apparently it's a series. I only read the first book. So, however, I did not pick this book. Ethan picked this book. He always likes to pick big books, hoping that he will win our bet. This book is 680-ish pages long, but the text is fairly large, so I'm not that worried about it. My only thing is, once again, I'm a mood reader, and I'm not really in the mood to read this, so I guess we'll see how that goes. My next pick is a trilogy. It is the Becca Cooper trilogy by Tamora Pierce. I read this series back in middle school, and I remember really enjoying it, but I don't remember anything about it since then. So we have Terrier, Bloodhound, and then Mastiff in that order. Maybe I should flip them around for the camera. It'll be alright. What I do remember from this is it's a fantasy series, and Becca Cooper is some kind of policeman or something like that. I don't remember, like, that's not the right word. She's a guard. Okay, yeah, she's a guard. That's about all I remember of it, but I am super excited to get to this. This might be my next pick after Kings of the Wild. I think I will read through these because I want to get through these for sure before Ethan comes back. My goal is to get through all of these. Of course, I want to win, but yeah. These I think will be my next pick. Okay, I have 2 books left. Both of them were chosen by Ethan. This one, Dividing Eden by Joelle Charbonneau? I don't know, I'm sorry. This was a bargain buy, alright. $5 at BAM, Books A Million, that I used to work at, so I got it cheaper than that, probably 3 something. Ethan chose this one. He said I needed a short pick, and it's not very long. It's like 300 pages, I guess. And again, the text is kind of large, you know, a lot bigger than adult series most of the time. So in this book, apparently, there is like a seer, like an oracle type figure, I guess, who sees 2 paths for the land of Eden, I think. And one path is paved in darkness, the other path is paved in light. So paved in light. So I guess it's one of those things where something happens to determine which way it goes. I'm not sure. That's about all I really know about this book. That's really all the back gives you anyways. So, and I'm going to take a wild guess here that it ends up in the light. All right. That's my guess. Anyways. Last book, Queen of the Tearling. This was not a bargain, you know, impulse buy. All right. Oh no, yes it was. There's residue from the sticker. I'm dumb. And there was dog hair all over the sticker. That's kind of gross. Why do I like this? Anyways, apparently this was a bargain buy, but I am actually excited for this one. I've seen this on a lot of people's shelves, but I think I'm a little late to the game because I haven't really heard anybody talking about it since I've been on BookTube. It's by Erica Johansson. I don't think I said that. So yeah, Queen of the Tearling. I really think I bought it because it's pretty. I like the gold accents. I'm a sucker for like royal fantasy type stuff, and it looks like a castle in the background. I don't know. But yeah, I really like the gold. I think it's really pretty. I don't think I've ever taken, ooh, nice. It's got pictures on the inside. Oh shoot, I taped it. I have a thing where I tape dust covers onto books just because I don't want them coming off while I'm reading it. Unless I just go ahead and take it off. Oh, I kind of want to take it off now though. Okay, I'm looking through. It looks like it's just a black cover, so maybe I'm not missing that much. Okay, so apparently this is the trilogy. This is the first time I'm reading the synopsis. Listen, I used to be really bad about buying books just on a whim without actually knowing what they're about. I have gotten a little bit better about that here recently, but not when I bought this book. This one says, an untested young princess must claim her throne, learn to become queen, and combat a malevolent sorceress in an epic battle between light and darkness in the spectacular debut, the first novel in a trilogy. I didn't know this was a trilogy. Again, same thing with the Hunger Games book. What's it called? Map of Bones. Gosh. We'll see how this goes. I used to be one of those people that I would finish a series even if I didn't really enjoy it, just because I wanted to get the whole story. However, the last year or so, I am not that. If I am not enjoying it, DNF, move on to something I will enjoy. So we'll see how this one goes. I'm excited to get to this one too. So here is my tentative TBR for the next couple of months that Ethan helped me pick. Most excited for on this list is probably Becca Cooper. Least excited for, probably Seventh Son. Might read that one last. Might save that one for last. Maybe I'll be in the mood for it by the time I get around to it. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe down below and leave a comment. Down below are also my Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter and that kind of stuff if you're interested. Just being completely transparent, I usually save Snapchat just for like family and friends and stuff like that, so I probably won't follow you back. But if you want to see my son, he's on there a lot. Now Instagram and Twitter, I'm usually pretty good about following back. So you guys are awesome. I am thankful for you, and we'll be back here next time, guys. See ya.